Don't kill me, Mom. Hi, I'm Leathur Rokk. Welcome to my channel. This is TabbyBoy. That's my dear mother. And if you want to see me dye her hair without any of us dying, stay tuned. All right. And follow me into the kitchen where the magic happens, you know. Mom, want to take the dye?
Sure. I'd die for you any day.
She is so droll, isn't she? Come on, Mom. Don't get caught up on any cords or fall or wherever. We would never be able to retrieve the body if there's any deaths in this room. And hopefully, now there's probably going to have to be a part 2 to this because you know this device shuts off way too soon, and I still don't know why that is. But like Trump always used to say, it is what it is. Oh, do you see this shirt? This is late great Rush Limbaugh. When I did the last video, it was actually on the first year anniversary of his death and also the first year anniversary of the Trump Plaza implosion. And I forgot to mention either of those things. So, while we're waiting for my mother to get in here, and here is the step stool that she's going to sit on for the dyeing, and as opposed to any deaths, we don't want that. And here, gonna put the everything right here, and you can see us. I'm going to turn the light on, and
you can see we were all prepared for this.
Yeah, she was a consummate Boy Scouts of America leader and a trainer of leaders, so be prepared is kind of in the family DNA.
Did you hand me the black thing?
Oh, yes, obviously.
I do not want to get dye on my favorite
does everybody
shirt.
See your American
My
shirt?
favorite Stand Up for America shirt.
That's right.
And I didn't think about it as dyeing, but I sure don't want dye on that.
Yeah.
I think the clips are on there.
And you know what? We've had this thing since I was in beauty school. This has been around quite a long time. And go up here. Oh, there we go. And this is the dye. I have changed companies with my mother's hair dye so many times because a lot of times it's really hard to find the proper color, or else companies decide to change up the colors to a certain degree. We normally would use Nice and Easy. There's a certain shade that my mother has used.
They don't do it anymore.
And they don't do it anymore. And then they changed to this foam, which it's really hard to divide it in half. Since my mother has such short hair, we take one container of it and we actually get 2 applications out of it. Now, we normally put it in this container here, and I lost the nozzle. That thing happened. So I'm going to do her hair the way I do my own hair bleach, which is by mixing it in a glass bowl.
I would love to be experimenting with.
Yeah. That's us. Warm and fuzzy, like a science experiment. Kind of like what we cleaned out of the fridge the other day, which you'll never have to see. And great, you always want to use glass or plastic. You never want to touch metal to anything with peroxide in it. And did you do the half a thing yet?
No, this is the first time we've used this dye.
Okay.
Remember, you
Right,
just discovered this.
All right, yeah. Do you want to know where I found it?
No, they don't want to know where you found it.
Oh.
No, we can't advertise that place of business anymore since they upped their prices. So.
Yeah. From $1 to $1.25. Oh,
way to go.
Zounds.
She's so subtle.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Subtle. I know that's what you think of when you think of Leathur Rokk. Okay, well, you get to do the actual measuring of the half a thing because you're really good at that. And you can do that on camera.
Really?
And oh, and I'll have you know, my mother has special hair dye glasses for this. This was the glasses that she wore in her last video, and she has that. So you get variety from my channel.
Yes, I collect Coach frames is what it is. It's
Real Coach,
Yeah.
not the knockoff stuff. This is a real thing.
That's my indulgence. I have, and these are really the first pair of Coach glasses I think I ever got. And they're real glass. They aren't the plastic ones.
Yeah.
Plastic is very annoying.
Yeah, especially when you
But
sit on
the glass is good.
And
That's
this
why.
has never beaten anybody to death.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm taking it
Stick
away
around.
from her.
Stick around.
Because I don't want to die.
Because
okay?
by the time she's done with this, and I have green hair, which I would really get upset
Ooh,
about.
yeah. Of course, I think we look great together, the green and the purple, but nah. Yeah. She still has a few friends remaining, and I don't think they would be amused. So.
I'd have to go out to the graveyard to visit most of my friends and show them my hair. Look at what she did to me this time.
Yeah, and well, my friends are dying, but none of my dead friends are local, so. And we're not going to bother measuring it. We're just going to eyeball it. It's just like an experienced cook. You can eyeball things, you know. And the great thing about this color is there's very limited color selection with this particular brand, but this color seems to really work. And it's interesting that the model on the front looks an awful lot like Kelly Ripa. I wonder if that
Oh
is
yeah,
an early
I'm sure that Kelly would have gone for
gig
this
of
brand.
hers.
Oh yeah, she would have gone for this, sure. She'd say, "Give me my $1.98 for this for my pay job." For
Oh,
this.
and look who's
Whoa.
here. Oh, this bad little girl. Say hi to the camera, Cassie. Oh, yeah.
Okay, color cream gel.
And this. Oh, yeah, don't eat it. Oh, she wants to
See,
eat
it
the
shows
side.
you. It shows you on the tube half.
Oh, okay,
See?
that's good.
This goes 1/4 and 1/2. So I don't think so.
Oh, she's trying to help herself.
No, she's yeah.
You gotta be careful how you pick her up because she's been having intestinal difficulties, that cat.
You see, we were really well prepared for this. It's okay, I didn't get any on it. Okay, we're going.
I hope and pray that I don't get anything on this. And this shirt, by the way, you can buy it on wish.com. I love that place. Oh. Just have to be patient because it takes a good month for that slow boat from China. And
Oh,
I want
you
to
have
get
little faith.
a lot of things I can do. Faith isn't necessarily one of them, but that's okay. And I'm going to stir it with this.
Well, this comes with a deep protecting conditioner sachet, which is their fancy name for their.
Sounds really glamorous.
It would have been nice. You see, the instructions also come with this, which of course no one in our family would bother to read.
Why would a beauty school dropout need to read directions?
I think you answered that.
But
With your, this is what you said. It says follow the instructions for use.
Oh.
And remember, one time she decided to color my hair and she decided to strip it first.
Mm-hmm.
And I got burned all across the whole front of my head. I had blisters. Okay, so she promised me she would never do that
And
again.
the thing is that it would do a much better job coloring
Mm,
the
yeah, well, that's
G-R-E-Y or G-R-A-Y, depending on if you're British or if you're an American.
It's okay.
But if you pre-lighten the grays, it makes it easier to color.
You can work at my hair dye. I don't mind you having to work a little harder to get it colored right.
Okay.
Do not use if you have already had a reaction in a hair color product. Well, no. There are cuts, scratches, or abrasions, or if your scalp is sensitive or irritated. We'll never know because nobody's going to look to see.
I always
Want
like
to do an allergy test first? I guess not.
I always
Dump
like
it
to
on.
start in the very front where she has most of her highlighted hair.
You're going to look kind of. Did you ever see the movie Death Becomes Her? Where they had the big round hole in the middle of each Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep. They have holes in the center. Well, if she keeps up, she's going to have one right in her midsection because she's right behind me. So as we go on here.
Oh, I have to show for a very special one of my viewers who really loves my body piercing
hole in
jewelry.
your midriff.
Do you see this? That's for you. You know who you are.
Will you please pay attention to what you're doing here?
You know what?
I'm going to take these off so you can do around my ears because they really need color. Well,
I love the smell of the dye too.
I can't smell it at all. My nose is running. I hope I'm not allergic to this stuff.
You are not known for your sinuses or the working of your sinuses any more than I am. We have this hereditary thing where, well,
it says for you to wear an apron.
Well, they should be happy.
Do not shampoo the hair before application. Well, okay, I didn't do that, so I didn't. Squeeze the color cream in developing bottle and mix with Color Mate. And it says it has to be applied within 30 minutes of mixing, so we're okay with that. How long am I supposed to leave it on?
Until it's done. I would say because of the amount of GRAY or GREY.
If I start bubbling on the top, does that indicate being done?
Oh, wow.
It says development times differ according to original hair shades, required shades, hair type, and strength.
Yeah.
I've got pretty strong hair.
Yeah. Usually
At least I did
the
before
more
this.
red your hair is, which means you have more sulfur in your hair, or the more gray you have, that adds to the timing.
It says recommended normal development time is 30 to 45 minutes. Hey, that's the other stuff. The Clairol stuff was, what, 25 minutes? I think it was 25 minutes, yeah.
Really nice and easy.
Yeah, nice
Then
and
there's
easy.
that other brand that I got on sale the last time I was at my original beauty supply place. You liked that. And I haven't seen that stuff since.
Well, that was the new nice and easy, but that was the color, and that was the nice color. It looked as my hair was normally, and which is, it's kind of what they call dishwater blonde, but it had red tones to it, which is natural because I'm Scottish descent, and an awful lot of those people are
We're
redheads.
genuine white folks.
Elbow.
Of course, my brother, when he was growing up, she didn't realize how tan he was, and she said she used to try to scrub off his tan.
It was terrible. I'd be scared in the bathtub trying to scrub. Poor child. No
He's
wonder.
the only one with color in our family. Of course, Dad, he was as red as a lobster, but he was selling ice cream on the beach and all that stuff. Sun did not do my father any favors, so if you care about your health, stay out of the sun. It's not good.
You really get it around the ears. That front piece, that seems to lighten up really fast. Yeah, the sideburns.
I'm trying to. I'm having a senior moment right now. The part of your scissors. I mean, not your scissors. Your you laugh. It'll happen to you one of these days. Your glasses make an indentation in your skull.
Well, I wear them all the time.
I know she falls asleep with them sometimes, and then I'll turn the light out, and she say, "I was awake," and meanwhile she had her mouth open and she was snoring. Okay, you got to check out that sleep apnea. That's could be portension of heart issues. That's okay. I took one of those self tests from the hospital, and it says I have a high risk of heart disease. But hello, heredity, you know.
She is very heavy-handed.
Oh, people, whenever I have to use public computers, people say that my typing is loud. And
Well,
heavy,
I
so
could hear
there's
you typing in my room, which is 2 rooms away, whenever you're hitting the keyboard.
Yeah.
And she has worn the numbers off and letters off. I don't know how many keyboards.
Yes.
She had to keep, and she got a set of
Stick on.
Had to. First we were doing it with white on, the little white
And
on,
then
and then we
nail
got white
polish.
enamel, then nail polish.
Yeah.
So finally we found the stick on letters and stuff.
At the dollar store. And Staples also sells them. I had to get it in Staples one time because Staples is in the same shopping center as Best Buy. And I think I had to pay close to $4 for the one at Staples. So that was a serious sticker shock.
A serious sticker shock. Isn't that cute? Oh, I thought it was funny. Oh, well. She has no sense of humor. I hope you've noticed that.
Chicago did a song on their Chicago 2 album that was, I don't remember exactly what the title was, but it basically, the idea about the song was that so many things are people call funny or rarely funny. In Chicago, I think is one of the great American bands of all time. I just think they're amazing. As you can see, I'm using up everything that's in this. Now, whenever you think that you have 95% of the dye you need, then it's okay to distribute your hair like this. Normally, you're supposed to be as thick and generous with the dye as possible because you want it to permeate every strand and you want it to really give good coverage. But if you have a little bit less than what you would ideally need, then it's okay to stretch it out by. But you always want to go for where it needs the coverage the most. And so with a lot of people, it's the temples and the hairline. You go that first.
As I said, she's a little heavy-handed. How did you get the whiplash? Sitting on a stool in my kitchen, my daughter dyeing my hair.
Now, another thing that I have used in the past, if you need to stretch out dyes, you can add a wee little bit of extra peroxide to it. And I hope I don't need to do that, but I'm going to grab some just in case I do. Oh, actually, no, I don't want to. Yeah, hold on.
Do. This is the time that Cassie should come and sit in my lap. Cassie's my lap cat. She likes to sit in my lap. Normally, as soon as I sit someplace here in the kitchen, she jumps in. But she's over in her own chair now, watching me across the kitchen.
This is a tiny little bit of 30 volume peroxide, and this, because I don't want to have anything not given all the coverage, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit to, it's kind of like the meatloaf principle. Meatloaf is meat that has a little bit of bread of some kind in it and some other goodies, and it stretches out the meat. And if you're ever a little bit short of your dye, you can do that. Because you really don't want the dye to dry on the scalp. When it dries, it's no longer dyeing. And this kind of dye both lightens and deposits color at the same time. Basic beauty school chemistry here. Oh, and I need to clarify something for you. I didn't really drop out of beauty school. I took a leave of absence. I went to California, as everybody knows, and apparently in the state of New Jersey and in probably most states, State Board of Cosmetology, your hours are only good for a certain length of time. In this case, it was 5 years. And so my hours expired, and there's no way that I was going to go to school all over again at a much higher tuition rate, of course. So that's why I don't have a license. And that kind of sucks in a way because a license would be another way to have honest work. But you know what? That's okay, because I'm very happy to be your hairstylist. You have your own official hairstylist.
I went to visit my mother one time. I went to my mother's beauty parlor with her while she was getting her hair done. And the lady there liked my haircut at the time. It was, I had a cropped and standing up, you know, on top of my head, like moose spiked. And she admired it. I said, oh, yes. I said, well, this, I said, how much do you charge for haircuts? And she told me, and I said, oh, well, mine only cost $10,000. I've invested at least that in my daughter, cutting my hair through the years. So, hey, my haircut was much more expensive than my mother's was. Lady thought it was kind of funny. Oh, well.
Some other people that were lucky to get my hair services have been some punk rockers and some gothic people in Hollywood and in San Francisco, and some homeless men here in this fair town.
Not dying.
But not dying. No, I did the dyeing of the colors of people in Los Angeles and in San Francisco. But the cuts have all been, aside from my mother, have all been men. And try to get a drunk to sit straight. I had to do what my mother did with me when I would fidget when I was little, and she'd have the hairbrush, and you could figure the hairbrush, you know, gets a person to sit up straight. It works with drunk men too. Okay, now this is the dyeing, and we're going to allow for a timing, but I want to make sure that you have the edges covered.
Yes.
You really want to.
Yeah, that's where they seem to, the gray seems to show up first. This should actually be done again in about another 8 weeks. Not let go. Well, it was. I hadn't had it dyed since September.
For a while there, we couldn't find any dye.
No.
That was the honest to God truth. For a while there, when we didn't need any, they had.
Yeah, we couldn't get to the beauty supply places, so that was.
And I'm definitely going to have to go back to my original beauty supply place, because that cheaper stuff that I got, and I love a bargain more than most people who are alive. But you know what? Things aren't bargains if you have to reapply it twice just to keep it from fading. So now I'm going to rinse off these gloves here, and then I'm going to take the tablet closer to your face so that the wonderful people who take time out of their busy days to watch my stuff, and who I'm convinced really love it when you are on. I get the nicest compliments whenever my mother's on.
Is your mother still alive? Oh my God. Yeah. Did you mention that I had my birthday last year?
Oh,
you
yes.
Mentioned my birthday. See that?
2 weeks ago. I don't know if you want me to tell you the exact date.
No, heavens no. Somebody will steal my identity. Yeah. Oh, gee.
She has good credit. You probably do want her identity.
No, please don't steal my identity.
She turned 81. Oh, please don't beat me up. I hid the.
I earned every year of it. I've been her mother all these years. So
she hasn't turned me in yet, or traded me in,
or
for
turned you out,
or whatever. And this is. Oh, great! And they got to see how messy the kitchen is. Oh, hey.
Oh, wow.
Someday I will live in a house beautiful. My ship will come.
Someday she'll learn how to clean house.
Someday I will pay somebody to clean my house. Okay, now, what do you want to do? Like, how long do you think this timing is going to be? Did you even look at the thing? We don't pay attention to timing.
10 minutes of
we
the
do
hour,
it when it's done.
And it said
Hey,
30 to 45
minutes. It hasn't
minutes.
shut off yet. That's a minor miracle.
30 to 45 minutes. So.
Wow. So what we're going to do is, I'm sure you can tell them some funny things or whatever.
Excuse me, my back is killing me. Would you like it?
Oh.
You want to sit in this
no,
torture thing?
I don't like to sit down in my little
well, and I'm sitting. Please don't try to entertain me.
This is plastic, so, but if it was metal, I wouldn't be doing this. Because in beauty school, they showed us that if you apply metal when you have things with peroxide, it can start bubbling. It can smell bad.
30, 20 after the hour. 25 after. Or if it starts to burn. If it starts to burn, I will be heading for the bathroom.
Gone for the hills.
What?
And there are no hills here. There's the ocean straight that way, but I don't think you'd want to rinse it out before it covered your G-R-A-Y. I know what I will do is some of this stuff is on the back of the thing.
Any G-R-A-Y hairs I have been given by my DAUGHTER. So when she left home, she had her driver's license for approximately 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
Well, you had the car for 2 weeks before you left. She had a driver's license, she got a car, and actually 2 weeks after she got the car, she took off for California. And I swear to you, the week that she left, her father's hair absolutely turned gray. The man went gray. It was awful. He just really did not take it well, but his hair actually gray. He was terrible.
He was almost unrecognizable when I saw
Yeah.
the Christmas pictures because I didn't go home that Christmas.
Yeah, he was.
At least he
Well, you
didn't
can
have that
imagine,
stupid-
she had never driven anywhere before, and she drove cross country.
They couldn't wrap their head around it. Nobody could believe it.
No, 22 years old, and off she went.
I wasn't 22. I was close between 20 and 21 because I turned 21 in California.
Oh, that's right. See that?
Well, I
It
wasn't
was
old
even
enough-
worse. It was
I
even
wasn't
worse
old
than I
enough to
remember.
buy adult beverages.
Was
And
it?
the reason why I did what I did, because if you wait around for people to do what you want to do when you want to do them, you're never going to get anything done. And plus, I can't imagine myself sharing that trip with somebody else. They want to go take a bathroom break when I don't want to. They want to eat something. They want to eat Italian when I want to eat Chinese. You know, some things are really better to do yourself.
Dude, are you done?
Yeah. Do you want me to turn the papers off?
Please be done. Please. See, here's my very favorite Coach glass case.
She's such a fashionista.
Listen, I've had this ever since I got these glasses, and that's been,
I mean, they're
many years
real.
ago.
That is real.
but this was my favorite Coach case.
In case you want to take a look in a mirror.
I can see.
Oh, that's
Dear,
right.
I'm
Excuse
looking
me.
at myself on the screen of your tablet. It's kind of hard. Please. Mirrors are not my
Isn't
friend.
she cute? Oh, come on. Mirrors. I
Lean
cannot
over
imagine a house
again.
without mirrors. Yeah, I smack my own hand.
When you broke the mirror, it was glass. It was the mirror you broke the other day. That sheet of glass.
Yeah, it was glass. It was a piece of artwork. I found a framed piece of artwork when I was on my way to one of the other libraries. You know, when I was without computer, and I found this piece of artwork. And I like to frame more than
Leave that
artwork.
sit around because
No,
Cassie will try anything.
She's this total vulture. And
Yeah, make sure you wash
Yeah.
that. Put soap. Wash it with soap.
we
because
had
she
avocado toast this morning because I
Oh.
had guacamole, and they say avocado is poisonous to cats. And you have to put lids on things. You have to put a frying pan, cast iron skillet on top of the lid so she doesn't take it off. Or you have to put things in the oven. Or she figured out how to
Could you
open
tell
the toaster oven.
about the toaster oven in the pizza? I had one. I seldom eat pizza because I have heart problems. You're not supposed to eat, stuff like that. But my son had bought a pizza and there were 2 pieces in the refrigerator. I thought, oh great, I'm going to have this my snack before I go to bed, which I shouldn't have. So I thought I have to eat before I take pills. So I put it in the toaster oven. Now, the toaster oven, spring door on it, and it's hot. They're very hot. and you have a little rack in there. And I put it on the little shelf, the little container, the little this right here. I put it on this this pan to do the heating. And I went in my room and I had set the timer, and it was like for 15 minutes. And I heard something hit the floor. And I came in, and I swear to you, this door was open. This pan was on the floor upside down, and both pieces of pizza were on the floor. And she's dragging a piece of pizza. It was so funny.
Like it was something she killed.
And yeah, and growling. It was kind of.
She's like that with butter
And
too.
the thing is, she's deaf, so you know you can't yell.
You can't. It doesn't do any good.
I just picked her up and put her over in a chair. I thought, but can you imagine that? She had figured out how to open up the electric oven. I thought, oh, when she opens up the gas range, we're in big trouble.
Yeah. It occurs to me, I took some pictures of her. I like to take pictures of cats behaving badly. And I took pictures of Cassie got onto this cast iron skillet, and she was licking on it. She was all 4 paws. You know, she's a little cat. And I took these pictures, and I realized I better not post them anywhere. People are thinking I'm cooking the cats or doing some torture thing or whatever. And the last thing I want to do is either give people any ideas or make people think that I'm of a mind to do anything like that, because there's a lot of sick people out there. But, yeah.
Well, she at least keeps life interesting.
Yeah, she does.
And she gives a lot of stories to tell about Cassie.
Oh, God. She's the most incorrigible.
She's bad. And the other cat learns from her. But if he ever gets up on there, and he'll take the whole thing down.
She gives him ideas. She is a very bad influence on him.
You want to put that bottle back in?
Yeah, we like to.
That's sealed, right? And
Yeah.
here, put the rest of this stuff in here. And I won't be using this because I have.
We still have some
I have
nice
some
and
of the
easy, the really good stuff. You know, mineral oil was one of the ingredients in this. Mineral oil stuff. Oh my goodness. It's at the 32-minute mark and it hasn't shut off yet. I'm shocked. I wish I knew why this tablet did this sort of thing. And it's not even plugged in right now. It's on battery power. One thing I could say about this, the battery power, the batteries are good on these things.
Let's keep the
Wanna keep these?
instructions. Yeah, because, you know, I may not be here for the next dying, and you can use it on some other poor soul.
Don't talk like that. That creeps me out. It just...
Oh, please.
It does. It's very creepy. Do you guys think this looks like Kali Ripa? Any soap opera fanatics? We used to be soap opera addicts. When, you know, General Hospital, One Life to Live.
Oh, that was really back before you went to California.
And, well, I shouldn't say so much about that because then people are going to think I'm OLD or something. I don't want that to happen. But I remember when Luke and Laura got married, okay? That was such a thing.
Don't save that. If that's been in that hair dye, please dispose of that, please.
Of course.
Don't.
What, you're afraid of makeup? Ooey gooey.
Don't give me any ideas.
Oh, do they know the Worm song?
No, they don't, and we're not doing. No.
Oh,
we're
come
not.
on.
Leather.
Ooey gooey was a worm. A mighty worm was he. He sat upon the railroad track. The train he did not see. Ooey gooey.
If anyone else wants to claim her for a child, go ahead. It's okay. I don't mind.
The last person who said that they would like to be my mother.
Who was that?
Shirley, and she's been dead about 7 or 8 years. She always, she's one of the homeless people that lives in town. Used to, she's dead. And it was so important for her that my mother knew about her. And I guess everybody likes to know that you have a social support network, that people care about you besides just your family and stuff. But I hadn't seen her for a couple of years, and of course, you know, people were all spread out, not just because of the pandemic, obviously, but before then, because a few people got drunk and, of course, made it bad for everybody else. So the police had everybody dispersed. So I didn't find out till about 2 years after she had met her maker that she is no longer with us, and it was a shame because she was a very sweet person, and never see her again. That's really a shame. Cassie. Oh, look at that Cassie girl. Oh, look at baby.
Oh, here's my girl.
Yes.
Here's my girl.
Cassie has
Here's my
hard
girl.
food on her head. We have wiped her off so many times. She was licking some cans that I put into recycling but have not taken out yet. And she gets into them sometimes and cleans them out better than even I do.
Here you are. That pretty face. Look at that face. Look at that face. Oh, you're such a good girl. Oh, you're such a good girl. Yes. Okay.
So how is your scalp feeling?
So far, it's not itching or burning,
That's good.
but I have 25 more minutes here.
Oh, okay.
I timed it.
Well, so I'm thinking maybe, do you think that part 2 should be what it looks like when it's
Yes,
rinsed out?
definitely, because I
All
have to
right.
wash it. And all
Okay,
that stuff.
I'm not going to let you guys sit and watch paint dry. So there will be a part 2. You'll get to see what it looks like. If
That
you
was
like
very
this
good.
video, feel free to give it a thumbs
Ooh,
up.
look.
And right now, I don't know if you could see this or not, but this tablet has after, like it's now 3 minutes after 11 o'clock at night, and the screen has this thing where it gets, it has the,
It's
red,
time to say goodbye
and
temporarily.
it does the thing so that the doesn't have the blue light hitting at you, so that you can have your, doesn't cut off your melatonin production, so you can actually get a good night's sleep. So, okay, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet and you want to subscribe, please do. Make sure it looks like the bell's ringing. You won't miss anything. And stick around for part 2. You get to see the finished product. I love you.
Maybe, maybe not.
Well, hang out for part 2. Bye.